Welcome to This Is Football. Bienvenidos a This Is Football. We're back, baby. Hashtag Tiff Tuesdays. We're back.
Oh, I like that.
What up? Hashtags.
What up, my people? Wake the fuck up.
How's it going, man? How's it going, man? Socio, it's been a minute, bro. It's been a minute. Nico, how's it going? I saw you last week.
Going well.
You guys had a nice long weekend?
Can't complain. Little bit of days left until we go to Istanbul, so I can't complain.
That's right, man. You have.
I'm not there yet. Time and a half on Monday. That was fire.
Nice, bro. That's what I like to hear, bro. Always making a little extra bread, bro. That's what I like to hear, bro. Hustling, always, bro.
Always.
But, hey, we got a big show today. I want to start off with a little something. You know, I don't know if it's okay if we do this, but I'm gonna do it anyways because we don't ever follow the rules on this show. But let's start it off with a little bit like this, huh? What do you think about this, boys?
A ver. ¿Qué pasó?
¿Cómo que qué pasó?
Only I can hear it. Can't put it that long. We That's it. Cut the music. Before they...
So what do you think about that, boys? Heat in 7.
Shout out to the Heat, baby.
All I know is that I was playing, bro. The game finished. I played Pepas in my loudspeaker out on my balcony until 2 a.m. and my neighbors wanted to murder me, bro. My neighbors wanted to murder me. I know I posted about it on Twitter. My neighbors wanted to murder me, but all I gotta say is
Saturday when I score, I'm gonna celebrate like that.
I love it, bro. I love it. And you know what? That brings us right into our first hot topic of the day, and that is.
I see what you did there.
You see what I did there, huh? You see what I did
there,
and that is, you know, Inter Miami's coach Phil Neville came out and he congratulated, you know, both Coach Maurice, Coach Spo on being the 8th seeds, you know, and I guess having some sort of, I don't know, but here it is on the Miami Herald. Inter Miami coach Phil Neville hopes Heat run inspires his team versus Red Bulls on Wednesday. I mean, what do you guys think about that? Like, really, like, do you think that the Heat can inspire, you know, these guys to win one game? I mean, really, is that like an inspiration? I don't know. What do you guys think?
He's trying to get sympathy points. He knows we're on a rowdy high right now because of the Heat. So he's trying to get, you know, a little bit of sympathy. Like, oh, yeah, of course. And of course he's going to say that. We said that in the chat. We're cracking up.
And eventually the NBA season is going to be over. So all those fans that are really, really hyped right now about sports and all, they're going to want to go and, you know, create some sort of like the same hype that they were getting from basketball into something else. So, you know, maybe he wants to do that.
Absolutely. And I think we have, do we have some sound on Phil Neville as well?
We have some sound, but before you play the sound, have everyone comment, you know, ask people to comment on the chat. We want
what do you guys think about this and all that, blah, blah, blah. Again, he's trying to win points, bro. This guy's a clown. You can't compare either institution to the other. It's a disgrace to the Heat's organization.
No, I mean, I don't know about a disgrace, but look, I will say this.
También Florida Panthers.
Look, the Heat.
He also mentioned the Panthers. Good shout out, Fifth.
The Heat have been in the Eastern Conference Championship 6 times in the last 10 years. That's unbelievable. The Florida Panthers have been competing in the playoffs, you know, the last, you know, few years. Unfortunately, last year they got eliminated, swept by Tampa Bay. This year, Stanley Cup playoffs, baby. The only team, you know, even the Dolphins have been making noise in the offseason. The only team that seems to be going backwards in this, you say 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Well, with Inter Miami, it seems like it's 1 step forward and 7 steps back.
They made playoffs last year, so you can't say that.
I mean,
yeah, I guess
everybody makes the playoffs in the MLS, Nico, and you don't even have to start playing until September to start making the playoffs. So.
We can say the same case about the NBA. Now that they opened up with the play-in tournament, you can say the same thing.
I suppose so. Hey, I mean, the Heat, the Heat being the lowest seeded made it all the way. So
let's listen to Neville.
Let's listen to it.
I've got to send massive congratulations to Eric and the team. I thought they were inspirational.
Eric.
If you think about what the 8th seed going into the playoffs, so everyone had written them off, and You know, I think talent can take you a long way, but that kind of spirit and teamwork and togetherness, for me, it's no different than the Florida Panthers. I think that spirit and togetherness is what we're trying to build.
They were
here.
also 8th seed.
Yeah, also 8th seed. So
I love how he's dropping both of the names,
I think that's a great example. Is what I've told the team today. Is that you can have talent, but if you don't have that willingness to fight for each
highlight
other,
that last comment for me.
to have
Thank
the
you. Leave it there for a bit.
To go 3-0, to come back to 3-3. They'd lost all momentum. Everyone, going back to Boston, they were celebrating. You've got to say they were going back to Boston, hoping for for the celebration. And from the minute they came out last night, I thought they were sensational.
I want to pause it right there really quick, guys, because just his thoughts there and his words. Do you think he's maybe hoping that we play the New England Revolution in the playoffs, and then maybe we have some magical run against the New England Revolution? I don't know, man. Maybe to me, really, I understand, he's right, the togetherness of the team and all that, but what I don't understand is Spo has, squeezed every last ounce of juice that he could get out of his undrafted players. Paul Maurice has squeezed every last ounce that he can get out of his superstar, Kachuk, and his other players, who are not superstars. Neville is the only coach. Neville is the only coach who has not been able to squeeze.
You don't have to go that deep
juice from those players.
The common denominator from both those clubs and both those organizations is they have a competent coach, a competent manager leading those teams.
What can you squeeze?
We have a donkey.
About Inter Miami.
Look, Nico,
nothing.
Look.
You can't squeeze nothing out of Neville. Neville's a rock.
Yeah,
trying
but
to take out water from a rock.
How many undrafted players have? Yeah, but how many undrafted players are the Heat starting?
It doesn't matter. It's a different sport. But you guys are complaining every single week about the forwards that can't score in the team. So how is that Neville's fault?
Them too.
No, I mean it's not only on Neville. It's on the players as well. But I would say Neville is at some point
it's on Neville.
You just got to take responsibility, bro. So
just short pass.
To bring up another graphic on it, I mean, we're on the Neville watch. Like always, Neville is now 88 matches in. Neville He's 35 wins, 11 draws, now 42 losses. Remember, he was at 41 last week. I forgot to update the bottom here, but it's still only 116 points out of 264, I believe, which brings him a little bit in around 40%. So, I mean, the Neville watch is there. We're tracking the wins and losses. Stats don't lie. Like I've been told, facts don't lie. We don't use the word we use the word them. So that's just how it is. That's just how it is nowadays.
Let me ask you guys something. And this is, from your point of view.
Let's be serious.
Inter Miami has a favorable matchup for the upcoming Open Cup. If Inter Miami makes the final in the Open Cup.
No, Neville out, bro. I don't care.
Do you guys still take Neville out?
No, hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Get that guy out of here, dog.
I will tell you one thing, Nico. I do believe that Neville is putting all of his chips into this U.S. Open Cup. And that's something that I do want to talk about because it's an interaction that I've had with a couple folks over Twitter over the weekend.
And
I think,
message for me, please.
I think I honestly think that the U.S. Open Cup has been devalued by a lot of the MLS teams, and the MLS teams starting their reserve teams and their B squads. Last week I believe it was LAFC played a Clásico.
Yeah, but don't compare us to them.
But hold on. But they played against their arch rival, right? Their nemesis, their rival.
They don't even see them like that anymore.
But they started a reserve team. Yeah, but that's disrespectful to the fans and to the Open Cup.
No, it's not. Exactly. As an LAFC fan, you're like, yeah, F these guys, bro. Put my reserve squad.
You gotta start somewhere.
LAFC is fighting for other things, though. Us is different. We need that start our starters.
But they started winning something.
Shout out to you, puppy. We're back in champions. Which
by the way, I wanted to state a fact. If Inter Miami was to win the Open Cup,
they go to the champions.
In 2023, Inter Miami will have one title if they were to win that. Hypothetically, right? You know how many titles Arsenal had? You know how many titles Arsenal had this year?
0. The big
in
egg.
their best season. In their best
big,
season.
The big egg. The big
I
egg.
don't know.
The big
I don't
egg.
know. Production
So
got
hold
my
on. So
picture from earlier.
Socio,
Pero...
does that mean Arteta out? If Neville wins one and Arteta doesn't, does that mean Arteta out?
No, hell
that
no.
definitely means Phil Neville is better
Hell
than Arteta.
no.
I'll tell you
that.
So
Neville can go home, back to England, coach women, with the U.S. Open Cup trophy.
So Nico, you bring up a good point here, where Inter Miami does have a favorable matchup in the U.S. Open Cup. They play against the Birmingham Legion, who is a USL team, a third division team here in the United States. But they also have a couple of favorable matchups coming up in MLS play. Tomorrow, they play the Red Bulls, who's ranked just one spot ahead of them in the Eastern Conference. A couple former players, one of Socio's boys there, Andres Reyes, Colombian.
He got that notebook ready.
I know. He has the stats. He has the stats. So what can you tell about Andres Reyes? We had to talk about him actually earlier.
Oh, gosh.
He's been balling. 13 appearances, 2 goals.
Yeah, look at that.
He's balling.
2 goals.
My boy.
But he's a defender.
Balling.
Yeah, he's
2
balling,
more goals than either of our forwards combined, I think. balling.
And then we also have
my other boy. RIP. I wish I had his jersey. My man, shout out to you, Lewis Morgan. Been injured a little bit, but in 3 appearances, 12 shots.
It's not bad. It's not bad if you think about it. That's more shots than our forwards
the last
combined.
3 games. How many has Inter Miami taken in all 3 games put together?
Maybe 6 shots.
Wait.
I don't know.
Exactly. If that. So
we have a favorable matchup against them, even though we're seeing some former faces, some former friendly faces, ones that we miss. It brings me to the question, why are these ex-players, and we've talked about this before on the podcast, why are these ex-players leaving the team and playing better? Does it have to do with the new system that they're going into? Because we saw it over the weekend.
Better coach.
Bryce Duke started. He only played the first half, but he seems to be the centerpiece of what Montreal wants to do. And not only that, Ari Lassiter had the assist, for the goal against us. So, the 2 former players.
So one of the reasons why Duke is doing so well in that team, and I spoke with Cam Miller the other day, who was involved in that trade, and he mentioned me off cam that Montreal was actually really, really adamant about picking up Duke, whether it was before the trade that actually happened. They were really, really interested in picking him up, and it was the type of player that would fit their system. So I think that he wasn't fitting the system here, and he's going to be thriving over there because of that.
That's everybody that lives here. Shocking.
It could be, but like Socio says, that happens to everybody who lives here. Almost. Because Julian Carranza, another player who is playing fantastic, for Philly.
He got cold this year.
He did, but he was playing good last year. So, we'll see. It's a hot and cold league, but that kind of brings us to but before we get into this news, that we kind of mentioned a little bit, I do want to talk about something that we're doing. Once we get to that 250 subscribers, we ditched the Inter Miami, raffle jersey because they went from 5th to last place. And we decided that once we get to 250, we are going to give off a signed Inter Milan jersey by El Pupi Zanetti. We are currently at 231 subscribers. So for those of you that are listening to us on Spotify, no, we've been moving up a little bit. But for those of you that are listening to us on Spotify, get over to our YouTube account, subscribe, hit the little notification bell icon. That'll let us know when one of our new videos comes out. Of course, we appreciate the listen. We'll mention it again later.
Or do like Socio, make like 5 accounts.
Exactly.
I mean, guys, come on. Do what you got to do, but help us. Help us out.
You got to do what you got to do.
And give a like. Give a like on the video. That, believe it or not, actually helps. I read up on that. Those likes are very important.
Absolutely.
And so you guys be in here talking mad shit in my comment section, but don't hit a like.
You read up,
absolutely.
None of you. Fantasmas.
So I want to bring us up to
right quick, hold up. Nothing to do with anything we're about to talk about or anything in our segments. This new San Diego team, 350 plus million to buy in.
You saw that?
I saw a graphic like on TikTok or on Twitter. I think. They're worth more than already some Prem teams. 350 million plus. Real Salt Lake got in for 7.9.
More than Premier League teams?
Something like that. I could be wrong. I'm paraphrasing. But they compared it to some Premier League teams, and it was something weird there. But yeah. So next segment. Sorry, I just wanted to throw that out there. That was just weird.
No.
Astounding. That was astounding to me.
No, that was fantastic. I honestly appreciate.
We got a few Inter Milan.
That's the only.
We do, bro.
We have a couple more. He's not on here today.
Yeah, we got a few.
There's a couple.
And then
that's it. That's the whole fan base in Miami.
Nah, bro. I'm sure there's Alex Dano, who's an avid follower of the show. He's definitely an Inter Miami fan. Inter Milan fan. He's actually going to be joining us tomorrow for another special live show, which I'm trying to get a huge Man City fan on to do somewhat of a debate.
Those are hard to find.
I mean, nowadays everybody's a Man City fan because of Haaland and because of the dominance that they've created in the Premier League, but. We'll see if we can get this person that I'm trying to get. He's been on the show before, a big City fan. I'll see if I can get him, but we'll definitely have him on tomorrow. But honestly, this brings us really to the major news on the podcast today, and it's something that we're going to talk a little bit about for a while now.
Thank you, Stevie.
But
slow down.
I want to throw. I do want to throw out a little bit of music out here because this news deserves a little bit of music. Let's see if we can
production.
Oh,
should be like a spotlight just on him right now.
Okay, I like it.
We're getting into the messy news.
It's time to shine, Papa.
All right. The music sounds a little off, isn't it?
You like that? The music is nice,
bro. The music is fire. So you said all right. You like hard 3 times already.
Might be my internet.
Come through.
All right.
So Romalo, give us the news, baby.
So Romalo was working hard this week. Actually, this past 2 days, Romalo was working really, really hard, trying to get some information of. Where is Messi's next destination? Precisely because I received a message the other day. You guys remember when we started off this Messi saga that I was very, very almost confirming that Messi was going to be going back to Barcelona, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. I even told you guys 90% chance that he was going and 10% that he was going.
You said 90 10%. 90-10%. That's exactly what you said.
All right. So 90% Barcelona, 10% that he will go somewhere else.
So do we have an update?
I'm here today to tell you guys that 90% to Barcelona has dropped down a lot. Almost to a point where
shocking.
It's lower than that. It's actually
89%.
It's actually, I would say 30% chance that Messi goes to Barcelona. 30% chance that Messi goes to Barcelona. And here's the reason why.
I won't put you on the list just yet. Keep going. I'm recruiting live.
From close sources within the club in Barcelona. So let's go back. We know that Messi has 2 offers on the table. Mm-hmm. Inter Miami has not offered anything to him yet. No, he doesn't stay at Barcelona, dude. He's in PSG right now. What are you doing? Who's in the production team?
No, hey, el Tony. Tony está
right.
tomando.
So the 2 offers that Messi has on the table, clear, which everyone knows, is the Saudi Arabian League, which, by the way, it's an incredible amount, 1.2 billion for 2 years. And Barcelona's offer.
You dancing?
Now Barcelona's offer is a little tricky because they have to get the league involved. The league has to pass on a certain amount, for him to actually get back, because Barcelona is they're a little bit over the FIFA fair play and all that. So it's a little bit odd. Yeah, they're gonna have to get rid of a few players. But Barcelona was very, very adamant that they can make it happen. The president came out and spoke about it. Xavi Hernandez comes out almost every other day to talk about it and says that he would love to have Messi and they can make it happen, that it's only on Messi's, the ball's on Messi's court, pretty much. From close sources, this is something that's very, very fresh. Very, very fresh. From close sources, they have told me that Barcelona has not heard from Messi in the past 2 weeks.
Claro, papi, they said 1.2 billion. You ain't hearing from me either. Me and Rocky will be out there, dog.
But here's where the news comes in. Here's where the news comes in. That is something that nobody has said.
What?
Messi's family has told the Saudi Arabian team that they're not going to go there, that they're not going to take the $1.2 billion with the offer that they have, the offer on the table. Messi's number one choice right now. Should I say this?
Say it, man.
Messi's number one choice right now is Inter Miami.
Oh.
You guys heard it here.
No.
So you know what that means, guys.
Is that it? Hold on.
Messi,
can we get that one more time? Can we get that one more time?
Messi's number one choice right now is Inter Miami. You guys heard it.
Messi to MLS.
You guys heard correctly.
Get that free MLS season pass if you have T-Mobile right now before they start charging you.
Better get those Inter Miami season tickets.
Rocky, you already know, papi. Let me know. Send me
you
that.
Guys gotta get ready. You guys better get ready.
Wow.
For that. You better get ready for that.
Wow.
Give me that C-Rock right next to you.
Wow, Nico. Wow.
Everyone in Barcelona is going crazy about this news. And the reason why they're going crazy is because they had everything. They were setting up the whole team, pretty much doing every single possible thing to structure everything around Messi and his, if you want to say, last dance. But the player got cold feet about it. His dad, primarily, who represents him, he's calling a bluff. He's calling a bluff on Barcelona and La Liga. And they want to get things done as fast as possible, and the best destination for him, not just only for what the team brings to the table, what the league brings to the table, but in general, as far as where his family's going to live, what it represents to live in the United States. Messi has decided to come to the MLS, to Inter Miami.
Wow. Dropping bombs.
That's dope as true.
Wow, Nico. Nico has shared with me, the story. We actually talked about it a little bit before we got on camera. Sounds plausible from the conversations that we had and from the folks that he's talked to.
I don't believe it.
You might not believe it, but
do I redeem myself if I get this one correct? Do I redeem myself from the past 10 years?
You start at plus 10. You have my dia in favor.
All right,
scratch everything and plus 10, so you can get the next.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first.
For everybody in the chat, knows. I don't believe it personally, but hey, fire news! If we drop it here, this episode is gonna be legendary. So
you will take the 1.2 billion. Hey, you will take the 1.2 billion
and never look back. Antonella, no quiero ir. Shut up, bitch. Here's a palace. Have fun. Explore that shit for a year. You still won't find all the rooms.
Yeah. Well,
have fun.
Well, from what I'm hearing, one of the reasons why Messi is also not so sure about going to the Saudi league is because you know who's over there. They have the other guy. They have the other guy.
The visionary, the
and,
GOAT.
and he doesn't want to be the second choice to that.
Who?
Lionel Messi. He doesn't want to be the second guy going to it. You know,
He's
you
not.
know, you know.
Okay, you're the second guy, but the first to get paid 1.2 billion. Viste, ahí es
but
que
it's
le
not about
sale
the
el
money.
lado.
Sometimes it's not about the money. When it comes to this guy, when it comes to this guys, it's not everything about the money. You know, like they have this.
1.2 billion is different. That's
what's Danny doing?
generational wealth.
What's Danny doing? I don't know what Danny doing.
Bro, I'm
Danny's
concentrating fully, bro.
paja.
No, bro, I was
he was trying to book the season tickets for Inter Miami.
That's what I was doing, bro. I was literally on the website trying to buy the tickets right now. That's exactly what I was doing. So actually, I'm trying to buy 8. Huh? I'm trying to buy 8 to see if we can get them all together.
8.
May 30th.
That's what we're trying to do.
May 30th, 9:25. We set the news. Right now it's 9:27 p.m.
Yeah. Leave the like on this video. If this hits, guys, we got to come back to this video.
If you really want to know what I was doing 30 seconds ago, I tweeted it on our TI Football Podcast account. I tweeted, Nico announces on This Is Football Podcast that Leo Messi's current destination is Inter Miami CF. So it's out on there. We'll see if it holds up. They're trusted sources. And you know what? If we swing for the fences and we miss, we won't be the first group that does it. There's a lot of media members that have done it in the past. That's part of the job.
Yeah. So that's the news that I have. I'm gonna get into it a little more during this week. Maybe I can get some more information for you guys.
Stevie.
Hey, as long as he doesn't go to DJ Mario's team, I'm good.
With Andrea Pirlo. Andrea Pirlo's going there too to the Kings.
Like I said,
where's he gonna play? He's gonna play with Ibai. He's gonna play with Agüero.
Yeah, no, Messi has to. Oh, yeah, he'll probably play for the Kunis.
Who?
No. Andrea Pirlo. Yeah, I don't know who he's
playing. No, I'm talking about if Messi went there. Oh, Pirlo, Pirlo's playing for Gigantes.
Speaking of, before we get into the next topic, because the next topic has to do with U.S. men's national team, we might get into the U20s. I do want to mention something that I read, and I want to get you guys' opinion. Did you guys see that? I don't know if it's going to be organized by FIFA or not, but they're going to have an over 35 World Cup where they have basically all the teams who have won a World Cup. So Uruguay, Argentina, Brazil, Inglaterra, Francia, España. Who am I missing here? Alemania.
France.
I said that. I said France. So all those teams who have won a World Cup.
I think it's only 18.
So backpedal? Where? What?
Yeah. So all the teams who have won a World Cup are going to have an over 35 World Cup. Uruguay has already had 3 players say that they're going to play. Forlan, Recoba, and Lugano have all 3 said that they're going to play. So
France?
I mean, it could get.
That's rowdy.
Yeah. So
wait, where would this be held? But Cancha Chiquita, 11v11.
No. I believe it's 11v11. I think it's still in the early stages of planning.
That's wild.
But
bro. We'll look deeper.
I don't know if you guys remember. I don't know if you guys remember. Like I believe it was like early 2000s back in South America that they had tournaments, like national tournaments, where Maradona will play against other players on a 5-on-5.
Yeah.
It was called showball. It was called showball.
Yeah. They still show the reruns and stuff on TV. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So maybe they can get something like that. I think over 35 is a little. I think they can still get a lot of players to play. So look, over 35, they're still in shape.
I have it. Look, I have it right here. Just so you can see. Look, some of the players who have already, who are the captains of the teams for Spain, it's Michel Salgado. For England, it's Steve McManaman. For Argentina, Esteban Cambiaso, Marco Materazzi. For Italy, Emerson. For Brazil, Lugano. For Uruguay, Kevin Kurani. For Germany, and Christian Carembeu for France. So those are the captains of the teams. It's gonna take place on grass fields, and the teams are gonna be made up of 11 elite players over 35 years of age. To participate, it will be necessary to have an absolute international or have accumulated 100 matches in the highest national category.
Wow.
So I mean, you're talking about legend. You're talking about legends. This is gonna take place in December 2023. So at the end of this year, which is fantastic, and it's gonna be 2 halves of 35 minutes with a 15-minute intermission. If there is a tie, there will be a penalty shootout of 5 shots per team. So that's the format of the tournament. It'll be a World Cup style format. I mean, I think that's badass.
We gotta jump on it so we can broadcast it in our channel.
Absolutely. I think that is absolutely something that This Is Football will be able to cover, and definitely be out there on the sidelines for this.
Have a little watch party with the crews.
Absolutely. So I mean, I just wanted to throw it out there. I mean, that was unplanned for a little segment there, but something that we got to talk about.
Sick.
And to me, it sounds like badass, man. Something to look forward to at the end of this year.
And if it does well, and I think if it does well, they'll probably add other teams that haven't won a World Cup, but they have excellent players.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm pretty sure Colombia will be added. I'm pretty sure teams like I don't know.
¿Ah? Ya están viejos esos para.
No, pero igual.
You can throw in a James Rodriguez right there.
No, todavía no tiene 35.
He's younger than me.
¿Cómo que no? ¿Cómo que no?
He's younger than me. He's not.
No tiene 35, but
really?
I just 35 now.
Bueno, Juan Pablo Ángel stays in shape.
Yeah, Juan Pablo, Falcao.
Yeah, no, you guys could have a team, bro. Look at it. Even el pibe Valderrama, you could throw him out there, bro. El pibe está lo vi, le vi una foto ahí.
El socio lo vio el otro día, bro.
The guy's in better shape than the 3 of us combined. The guy's in better shape than the 3 of us combined. Hey, socio, you have a Manchester City jersey in the background?
His car was getting towed. Nah, bro, but thank you for bringing it up.
I just noticed you have a Manchester City. Socio has a Manchester City jersey in the background.
I see.
Look at that. Uruguay Kenda, repping.
Come on, City.
The original State Cup winners.
So we talked a little bit about this World Cup. I want to pivot a little bit and go into, talking about the U.S. men's national team. The World Cup's going to be taking place in 2026 between the U.S.
In KSPN, it's going to be called Torino Cup.
we used to play in that. We were champions, bro. We were champions of that. So the U.S. is going to take place in that. They do have Gold Cup and Nations League coming up here in the summer. And Anthony Hudson, who has been their coach since, the whole Greg Berhalter, fiasco, he just up and sudden just quits and just leaves. And now the U.S. men's national team is left with another interim manager for the summer, for these summer tournaments.
¿Cómo se llama?
Well, his name is BJ. That's all I know.
BJ Callaghan or something like that. Yeah.
I don't know. BJ Khaled, BJ algo. He can give me a BJ. Doesn't matter, bro. Doesn't matter. Cualquiera. No importa.
I don't know. I'm going to give a little bit of Succession reference here. He will be the Greg. Of the national team.
Y bueno, se va a aprovechar de los jugadores. ¿Vos me decís eso?
No, he just has no freaking clue what he's doing. But
now, question. That this happened and that Matt Crocker comes out, names BJ, and he says, hey, we have, the utmost confidence in BJ to take us through these tournaments. Do you think that maybe puts a little bit more pressure on Matt Crocker to go out and find, a national team coach quicker? Or possibly, does that mean that they might move on Jesse Marsh?
No? Neither. Because I feel like if they were already talking to the candidate, they would just rush it and make him come now.
That's what you think? You think if they were in a rush that they would have just brought him in right now?
Exactly. They're gonna take their sweet time.
The question for Stevie there. I mean, who does he play for? Does he play for Uruguay? Does he play for USA? We don't know. We don't know if he got his passport yet. We don't know.
Mauro heard that news and he made the family hit a U-turn with the plane.
No wonder, bro.
Play with Lugano now.
That's what I'm saying. No wonder. Mauro's not going over there. Mauro's not going for Mateo, bro. Mauro's going for himself. I can still represent Uruguay.
What?
So once in a lifetime.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
So going back to that, I think that Matt Crocker, he already assessed the candidates, and I'm pretty sure that they probably started talking to a few. But it's not on one. How can I describe this? They don't have a firm candidate so far.
Yeah, I mean,
so there's no rush. So at the end of the day, these players already, these players know each other. They've been playing a specific style for so long. So they're pretty much like you could just put in anybody to coach them in a tournament like
we
this.
already checked the biggest box we had to check was flipping Balogun, and we flipped them. Yeah.
Correct.
Now we can take it easy, let them ease on in.
But how do you think,
coach?
Which is not something that you want for a player like that to happen.
Unfortunately, but again, I feel like he gets to jump more. Go, my bad.
He's gonna go into a unknown situation. There's no coach. There's pretty much an assistant. It's like when we used to play. It's like when we used to play and we had Danny on the sidelines. Like what the heck were we doing?
And what did we do as a team? We got closer. We all talk shit about him.
What do we do? What do we do?
What's gonna happen there? They're all gonna get closer. They're gonna brag on the assistant. This guy's a clown. He doesn't know.
What do we do? When I was a coach, what do we do?
Yeah, but tell them what division that is from.
This guy robbed
that. We won that. You know how we won that? Because we got dropped the division.
No, we had two teams, baby, and I was the coach of the reserve team.
You're right.
So you were the BJ Callaghan. You were the BJ Callaghan.
I was better because I win trophies, bro. I win trophies. So and I don't know.
I was the brown Claudio.
We can say that Danny Solana
Reina on that team.
We can say that Danny Solana has more trophies than Phil Neville as a coach.
Good. No, actually, we have the same because Phil Neville won the Carolina Cup last year, so we have the same trophies as coaches. So, hey, I mean, I guess that means that I'm qualified as well. Who knows?
But going back to the USA, I feel like I want them to take their sweet time, and I want them to take their sweet time because I want them to get this shit right, man.
I agree.
There's a big event coming. Forget about the Gold Cup. Who cares about the Gold Cup? We won that plenty of times. We don't need to win another one. The US can win the US can get but they can win the Gold Cup.
You don't get it. It's an American thing. You don't feel
but they can win but they can win the Gold Cup without even trying, dude. Honestly, Mexico's going through one of the roughest times. These players.
That's why we gotta pound it on them. We gotta put them through it.
I don't know, man.
But I do agree with you. They need to take their time. There's no rush.
What I do want to see, the U.S. under 20 go far in the World Cup.
I don't.
That's what I want to see.
I don't.
Well, that's because if Uruguay wins in 2 days, you got to play them.
That's right. But I do want to say this, and I do want to talk about the U20 World Cup because it's interesting, man. The USA is now through. They beat New Zealand today. What was it? 4-0. 4-0. The USA has played 4 games, has had no goals scored against them. They beat Fiji 6-0. They beat New Zealand 4-0. They beat Ecuador, I believe 1-0. Yeah, and so the US
wouldn't play
is on a roll.
Like the semis.
Yeah, I mean
USA.
Yeah, the next game. Well, no, they would play Uruguay next. So don't Uruguay.
Yeah, but the real test. Whoa, wait.
I don't know.
They'll play Gambia.
Gambia's rowdy. That's who I'm
I mean, we'll see. We'll see on Thursday.
Gambia probably has a few players that are 25, 26 years old.
Look, I will tell you this.
The other team was you're gay. You're what? How do you pronounce that country?
Which one? The one that has 4 stars.
I've never heard of it.
This one right here. The one right here. Yeah, 4 stars.
Never heard of it.
Never. Poor guy, bro.
How do you say it?
I don't remember, bro. I don't remember. So we have Uruguay versus Gambia on Thursday. Colombia plays, I think, tomorrow. Something I did want to point out because I'm known as the South American guy, but all five South American teams that were in the tournament passed into the next round. I do want to point that out.
With B
all five, all with B teams except for Brazil.
Yeah, you know what's worrying? Only one CONCACAF team went through in their groups.
Yeah.
Without their best 20s.
Yeah.
So
USA is doing something right.
I wish production could throw a bald eagle in the screen right now, just carrying an American flag.
Cowell, man, that guy's the truth. That guy is the truth.
Cowell is fantastic. Diego Luna is fantastic. Really, the US has the US has a really nice team, man.
And they're getting it right in the sense where they're actually looking out. They're looking not just for American players, because you see a lot of players that are from other countries, like Diego Luna. He has Mexican descent. Then you have the other kid, Tasakis. He has Greek descent. So
Mhm.
you're getting those players now more and more. Not just Argentines that we've had in the past, or maybe
Yeah.
Colombians that we've had in the past. Obviously we get a lot of Mexicans, but cases like Pulisic, where he has Croatian descent. And that's important. Having roots that have that soccer culture.
It's gotta
Is
be in
very,
your
very
blood,
important.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
the biggest issue, Nico, has always been with the U.S. They've always had very good and competitive younger divisions. And it just never translates to the senior team. It's never translated, and we've seen that over and over again. We've seen the U.S. have a lot of young players who are very good. I mean, you saw back in the day, Freddie Adu. You mentioned Christian Pulisic had a great run in his U20s. I remember when Uruguay had Suarez and Cavani in the U20s, they played USA in the Canada World Cup in the U20s, and USA beat Uruguay. And USA's team was stacked that year, and I'm talking about stacked. If you go back and look at that team, they were fantastic, but it just never translates in that senior level. So I think that's where the U.S. soccer's big issue is we have very, very, very good young teams. There's just no translation from the young, from the U20s, the U23s into that senior men's national team. And I don't know what it is. If it's coaching, if it's what it is, if it's a psychological thing, if it's experience. I don't know what it is, but it just never translated. Um, and we've seen that on other under 20 teams before in the past. You've seen Neymar turn into a star. You've seen Brazil come up with these young U20 players that come out to be stars. You've seen players from Argentina come out to be stars. Agüero balled in the U20 World Cup.
Yes,
I remember that.
Look at the countries you're comparing them to. These are countries with pedigree, with history. We're
Yeah,
still fairly young in the game. I feel like we're
absolutely,
still figuring it out.
absolutely.
And
They'll
again,
get it right, though. They'll get it right.
the root of it that all comes back to is the pay-to-play system. None of these other countries have that shit.
Absolutely.
Why do you think our kids from here look to jump abroad and shit to try to make it? Because there's opportunities, be it in the third division, a second division. Or here, MLS or bust.
But it has changed over time, because you see a lot of players now leaving earlier than what it used to be.
Yeah.
So in the States, I think there was a thing that I think it was a stat that it was a record. I think over a year there was like 85 players that went from the MLS or from the grassroots over to Europe to be playing, under contract. So that's a big change.
No, absolutely. It's a huge change, and I mean, we're really seeing, like you said, a lot more younger or players at a lot younger age leave the United States and really go into Europe. And I had this conversation earlier with somebody over social media where I think for the U.S. player, and we've talked about this in the past with some of our folks, with Charlie Davies and with some other folks that we've had on. The U.S. player has always shown a lot of promise in the Dutch league, in the German league, and in those leagues, even a little bit in the Italian league, but they've never been that effective in the EPL, in La Liga or League One or anything like that, except for Balogun. And that's the only exception, because we've seen he's been fantastic in League One this year. Can he keep it going next year? Is he going to get sold to a bigger team? And can he keep that consistency going? I don't know. I mean, we're going to have to wait and see. But I think that all those.
Yeah, I don't think he has space in Arsenal. I don't think Arsenal wants to.
Stupid. We should fucking sell Nketiah and keep him, bro.
Although they're gonna be playing a lot more tournaments. They're gonna be playing 4 tournaments. They might need a player like him.
Yeah. I'd keep him and sell Nketiah, bro. Pero bueno, I don't run that club.
Absolutely.
But going back to this, hold up, and I'm gonna defend Pulisic a little bit, because in his defense, when he's torn it up and he's been healthy and they've given him minutes, he's torn it up for Chelsea. They're horribly managed. He's unfortunately made of glass and gets injured, and then comes and plays, gets medio injured again, and he doesn't really get minutes out there.
Yeah, but
because they have 25 wingers.
Yeah, and when you compare Pulisic,
that's the thing. If he went, maybe going to Chelsea was a bad idea. Should have gone to another club. Under a Klopp, he would have flourished. I mean, obviously, anybody would have flourished under the $1 billion spender. Yeah, of course,
No, but I don't think he starts in that team.
No, of course not, bro. Of course not. Never.
So
Calvin Phillips.
Hey, you look at his full body of work when he was. You look at his full body of work when he was at Dortmund, and then you look at his full body of work while he's been at Chelsea. I mean, it's two completely different players. And
who was his coach under Dortmund? Who was his coach under Dortmund?
Klopp.
No,
exacto, Papa.
Thomas Tuchel.
Klopp and then Tuchel.
No, he never got coached. He never got coached by Klopp.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
No. He was about to get called up. He was about to get called up. He never got called up.
Okay, well, and then he was coached by Thomas Tuchel and Chelsea. And he played okay, pero whatever. I would say overall, Pulisic para mí in the EPL, Pulisic fracasó. That's my.
But again, he should have went to ponerle un Aston Villa, algo así, some mid-table team ahí que está peleando where you know you're gonna get minutes and you're gonna be able to grow.
Speaking of,
I think he's not made for the Premier League. I think he's a player.
What do you mean? Nah, dude. Yeah, he is. He has speed. He's. And this is a horrible comparison. But I hope you get the drift that I'm saying. He's like Luis Diaz in the sense, same build. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's even me. That's why I said it's saying it coming out is stupid. It's weird. It sounds weird, but I'm saying he's that mold. He's not big. He's not stocky, pero es veloz y driblea.
So you gotta give it back in time. You can go back in time and say he's a player kind of like Juan Mata.
No, hell no. Mata was different gravy, dog. Nah, Mata had. I would put Mata in like the Silva, Cazorla category, those type of players, because Mata was nice, bro.
But
Mata wasn't a winger. Mata era un ocho.
Yeah, you can say Mata was a winger. So
era lo último United.
So Pulisic like Willian.
There. That's a lot better. Yeah, something like that. Porque los dos son pecho fríos.
Now that we're talking about U.S. players in the Premier League, I want to talk about something that it might rub some people the wrong way, but fuck it, who cares? Leeds getting relegated. The American Leeds,
I told you,
Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie, Brendan Aronson, Jesse Marsh.
And how many are going to stay there?
None, because they all have relegation clauses.
If y'all go to the second, we're out for free.
Doing it the American way.
Dude, that's what I was gonna say. Hicieron la gran americana. Literally, I was gonna say that. Ciao. You fail. Ciao. We go to the winning team. We go to the bandwagon.
The Star Spangled Banner playing in the background.
Yeah, bro. That's about it, bro.
I heard some news that Weston McKennie is getting looked at to play at Brighton. No, I think that would be a good choice.
I agree. I think it would be a fantastic choice, especially if they're going to lose.
I'm sorry, but after seeing him in the Prem,
it's hard to judge. It's hard to judge a player based on.
No, it's not, because then look who he had next to him. Tyler Adams flourished in the Prem. Pero Weston McKennie, no sé, dame la bajó.
Yeah, but that team had a lot of injuries. They had a lot of players coming back and forth.
As soon as they lost Tyler Adams, that whole midfield went gone.
They had 4 coaches this season.
I feel you. They did. You're right, but I don't know.
It's not that easy, man. It's not that easy.
It isn't, but
one of them was the great Jesse Marsh. Let's not forget.
Great Jesse Marsh.
Yeah,
who by the way is rumored. Who is rumored to possibly be the next coach at AS Monaco, because the sporting director at Monaco was the sporting director when he was the sporting director at Leipzig when he was at Leipzig. So there is talks about Jesse Marsh possibly being one of the front runners to be the coach at Monaco. I think that would be a big mistake for Monaco.
Jesse Marsh. Jesse Marsh.
See, I mean, that's what I think too. But it is what it is. You win somewhere, and then your agent, is able to make you money wherever. That's how it is nowadays.
I wonder the percentage of that. I wonder the percentage of having a good agent, how far can it take you? You know, like
not just 10% more, 10%
plus. That's a good conversation to have.
5 to 7.
That's a good segment to have.
But not just managers, like actual players. You know, like how far can
like an agent
take you?
We're gonna talk to our production team and see if we can get.
That'd be sick.
If we can get one, an agent or something.
Book they have.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be fire. That'd be sick. Dang, that'd be a good segment.
See
for all of you that are here, if there's anybody left here.
Yeah, because I feel like most of the players now want to go and pretty much get represented by a person like Jorge Mendes or
of course, who's like who would be like the Brian Cashman of not the Brian Cashman, what's the guy in MLB that he's the guy that the major agent.
The guy that brings all the Cubans.
Yeah,
ese mismo. Yeah. He makes all the money.
Yeah. I'm nodding like I know.
Whatever. Este man. Sorry, I'm talking about the guy who I'm talking about is Scott Boras. The guy who I'm talking about is Scott Boras. That's the agent that
I'm Boras.
Scott Boras, or the guy who has all the football UN football players. The same.
Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson.
Boris Dia.
El socio se sabe todos, ¿sí? ¿No? Ese también te sabe.
I'm an informed guy, dog. I have a lot of useless knowledge up there.
I know.
I've been hearing things.
When's Bonnero, socio? When's Bonnero?
Ooh, 2 weeks from now, baby. June 15th through the 18th. But I get there Tuesday.
¿Qué pasó, Stevie?
Stevie. I thought you were the only one watching still. Nah, we're not rewinding. You can rewind after this. Okay, we're not.
All right, bro. So I think we're gonna wrap it up because
hold up. We got Champions League final. We ain't gonna talk about those muertos.
We're gonna talk about.
Gonna take that shit.
I'm gonna let you. I'm actually gonna.
I'm gonna have your segment.
The one time I'm gonna talk good about Inter Milan in none of these muertos.
I'm gonna put the screen on Socio to finish out the podcast. Go for it.
Like 8 minutes.
You have 30 seconds to tell us what you think about the final, Socio.
What do you mean 30 seconds? I got 8 minutes. We still got an hour left. Why you guys cutting that program short? I'm going to take my sweet time. Pep is going to choke. He's going to put Haaland as a 10. He's going to put Kevin De Bruyne up top type shit. Inter Milan is going to hold. Put on the Ultras in the goal. Then the starting 11 inside the 18. And then on a corner or a rowdy, like, freak counterattack. Good day, Lukaku.
Bueno,
yo, speaking of Lukaku's banging Megan Thee Stallion.
I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry to
don't cut us off here. Hold up. I have 7 minutes left.
No, but I'm sorry to cut you off because we have breaking news. We have breaking news.
Breaking news. Lukaku's banging Megan Thee Stallion.
We have breaking news on Messi. L'Equipe reports that Barca are planning to team up with Inter Miami to successfully bring Messi back on loan, pending further confirmation.
I don't be reading, bro. You guys are asleep, dog. I read that shit 3 hours ago. You guys are asleep. But I don't like to cut you guys off. I did it? I did it? I did it? Okay. I'm going to send it to you and you're going to put it up right now.
I stand by what I said. I stand by what I said.
I'm going to put it right now.
Destination is Inter Miami.
I'm just telling you what I read there from L'Equipe.
8 p.m. You can't. 8:58 p.m. I sent it. What does this say? Última hora, el Barcelona planea asociarse con el Inter de Miami para fichar a Messi a la espera de una mayor confirmación.
Bueno, so I basically did what you did. I just didn't read. I just take after you, bro. I just take after you, so.
Pero lloran que uno no hace tarea y eso, pero ustedes son un par de maricas que no saben leer.
All right, bro. Well, I just want to remind all of our listeners.
How respectful I am. I didn't take my voice shine. I was like, hey, yo, break your news, dog. Break your news.
I appreciate that, bro. But I just want to remind all of our folks that are listening to us on Spotify, don't forget to come over on YouTube and subscribe. Once we get to 250 subscribers, we are going to give away not an Inter Miami shirt because nobody clearly wanted that. We are going to give away an Inter de Milan shirt that is signed by no other than El Pupi Zanetti, which we will get signed next week
Next week, baby.
In
Next
Istanbul,
week, baby.
we will
if you don't know who that is, you're too young to enter the raffle.
We will also be having a live show while we are in Istanbul. We're trying to figure out the times and all that. We are also trying to get some dancers, especially for Socio. I'm trying to work it out with our production team to see if we can get 2 or 3 belly dancers on the show to dedicate one special segment to Socio.
Skin?
Yeah, no. With
a little dot on the forehead.
Exactly. I'm gonna send you the picture so you can choose them.
Fire, bro. Oh, please.
I got you. So once again, don't forget to subscribe. Once we get to 250, we'll give that shirt out to one of our followers of signed by El Pupi Zanetti. We want to thank you guys for spending this 56 minutes with us. It's been crazy. We've talked a lot of shit.
Guys. We back.
We're back on Tip Tuesdays.
We
will be back again tomorrow with hopefully a nice little healthy Inter Milan Manchester City pre-UEFA Champions League final debate with our guest Alex Dano, who will be representing the Interisti. And we are still looking for our City faithful.
Nera Surros.
Exactly.
I know who it is.
So we're still working on that City, our City supporter, but I have high hopes that we're going to get him on the show. So look for us tomorrow. We'll be back for Socio, for Nico. Say later, guys.
Peace.
Peace, my people.
This is Danny for This Is Football. We love you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We're out.
Socio, I get the last word.